Hey there YouTube, I'm Yukitsu, this is Yukitsu Times. Welcome to my channel and welcome to Total War Attila as we continue along with our legendary campaign. So, still trying to figure out how in the hell we're going to be dealing with all of the little problems that are accumulating in our vast empire here. One of the things that I actually want to check here is who exactly is at war with the Langobards. Maybe I can join one of their wars. It's the Alans, and I still haven't discovered them. So what I could potentially do is talk to the Vandals or the Alans and then join the war with them, and then I could attack these guys that way. That would help. We'll move these guys up into Burzus probably next turn because we have to kill some rebel stacks that are going to spawn there, but I think that would actually be what we're going to do here. That way we won't have to fight the Franks right away necessarily. We won't have to... Well, the thing is, we probably want to fight them eventually. It's just that they're also trade partners, so I kind of want to keep that as a trade partner. Alright, so who else is around here? Grothingians. Alright. I would love to get some more trade... These people like me more now. Weird. Their emperor must have died, or sorry, the king must have died, because that swaps around all their traits. Anyway. Yeah, I don't think that there's anything else that I really need to do as far as all this goes. Let's go ahead and start working on our buildings, I guess. I was saying that I wanted to upgrade this to the infantry barracks, but that doesn't matter as much anymore. Let's check our secondary objectives now here. Yeah, so we just have to live to 420. We need to start building Palatinas or something of that sort. Okay, well, I wasn't really planning on building those, but we need 3 puppet states. I don't actually like trying to do that. Okay, we got that one. We have to kill the Vandals, or push them on my territory. We have to build a capital in Venetia. This doesn't count anymore, which is really stupid. But, I mean, we could always build another one once we get 7 population surplus if we can get there fast enough. Okay, what else was there? Keep Britain Roman. Well, we've certainly done that. Okay, I'm not going to worry too much about those. I don't think that we can realistically focus on any of that right now, so I'm just going to have to do without to a certain extent. Alright. Buildings then, I guess. Africa is where we're going to have to look. We're pretty constantly getting little bits of disease here, partly from like winter and stuff like that, but let's go... you know what, it's such a crappy thing to do that when you don't need it. Let's go ahead and get a Latin church here. We can start working on... Actually, you know what we could start working on is this stuff. What have we got here? We've got 60 food surplus. It's autumn, so that's... Or no, it's a summer, so yeah, 60 food surplus. So we could get a colonia. It'll increase our food consumption by 10, but it will give us 50 more food. It'll give us more growth, which is great. It'll increase our road development. Does cost a lot of money, though. Okay, let's not get that just yet. What we'll do is we'll start researching towards intermarital regulations, which gives us a faster construction time. So we'll do that, and, well, we might want to get Imperial Transport Services first. I don't really know for sure. But we'll want to get to this before we start getting all of those little bonuses there for that. So, yeah, a Latin church, or we could actually just upgrade this for the happiness, in all honesty. And, because it's like happiness and it gives us money as well. Alright, let's go for it. That province will be a little bit happier once it gets rid of that disease, though, so it's not too bad. Oops, 1 second here. I think I forgot. Alright, so there we go. Oh yeah, Aquitania. Aquitania is looking pretty happy. We don't need to worry too much about them. Down in Corduba, they're looking pretty happy, and they're going to continue being pretty happy with this vineyard being built, so that's okay. Could start upgrading some of these stonecutters probably. Minus 10% construction cost is kind of interesting. But, what was the alternative to that? It's tanner. That's from animal husbandry, which actually is pretty good for us, given how many of those farms we're starting to build. We can actually build another farm in Belgica soon, which is a really good idea, probably. Okay, we're at minus 3 happiness here. So that'll straighten some of that out, so we don't have to worry about this place that much. I should do something to encourage growth here. Like, I could get rid of the forum here, which makes them a little bit less happy, but I could replace it with a Bilne or whatever. Or we could start upgrading the colonias here. That might be the way to do it. Of course, anything we do is going to start consuming more food, which is always a bummer. Alright, over here, things are looking great. Things couldn't get better. Just upgrading that for the extra cash, I think, if I recall correctly. Over here, things are looking good. Things are looking pretty good here. We could also even get another building, but we still want to wait for that extra one so we can build a capital there, even though they're happy enough they don't need it, but it would be good to have. Alright, Insulate Occidentalists, they're doing okay. Yeah, they're okay actually. I think that this is fine. We'll build a tabernae in that slot, and then we'll start building trade jetties and stuff like that, and it'll be okay. Attila over here. We could go ahead and upgrade this to the sewers, and this will help a little bit. Plus 10 growth is quite massive. Do I want that though? I don't really need it here otherwise. Could go ahead and get my salt works upgraded now. I was going to do that at some point, but I wasn't sure when I would actually get around to it. Could probably afford the stonecutters here. I mean, our happiness is only plus 5 a turn, so I don't want to dump it down too much, but that's only a 2-point shift, so we could definitely do it. Well, ooh, Liguria only has plus 0 per turn happiness, so that's not exactly that encouraging. Why don't we get a Latin church here? Finally start upgrading these back up. Lignanensis. Ooh, yeah, these people are kind of unhappy. There's Tanya down here. These guys are also unhappy. We're working a little bit on some of the effects of that unhappiness, though, so... Yeah, I think upgrading our town centers at this point in time is going to be something that we'll want to do. We're getting to that point. I just want to research the cheaper town centers before we start spamming out those upgrades there. Oh yeah, so we probably had a disease spread from here to somewhere else, and we probably had disease here from... I bet the squalor came from here during a bad month or something like that. Okay, Narvo, you guys are unhappy. What was there that I destroyed? Crap, I can't remember. Either way, I think we were going to get a Latin baptistry there, I'm pretty sure. Ooh, yeah, those Huns being there is really hurting us as far as popular opinion goes. Right, Terrico's back up in the positives per turn. Tripletania is kind of still in the negatives, but that's fine. Germania over here is as it is. And we just took over Dimity, so we've got lots of work to do there. Okay, now let's go ahead and get rid of this thing. There's no point in us running around with that, running our budget into the ground by itself. Alright, so, yeah, everything looks pretty okay here so far. I'm going to see just ahead of time if the Vandals are willing to let us join their war with the Langobards for a lot of money.
Are you brave or foolish? or just mad?
Like, they're stuck in a
Well,
lot of
speak.
wars, so...
I will listen before I turn
yeah,
you
the
inside.
odds are high. We'll do it next turn, though. We aren't going to do it this turn. The only risk, of course, is that they get crushed before then, but... that's the risk you gotta take sometimes, is that your Vandal friends are getting crushed by somebody. I mean, we actually want to kill them at some point, too, because apparently we've got a mission to get rid of them out of our borders. These Hun stacks. Such dicks.
Ready for battle.
Alright, yeah, that should be just about everything that we've got to do here. So, I'm going to do a quick sweep around, make sure that we haven't forgotten anything, and I will see you in the next episode. Or, I'll see you in the next part. It's not going to be a new episode. What am I talking about? Alright, so, pretty damn sure we're ready to rock this, so let's go ahead and hit end turn. Try and declare war on the Langobards within the next year or two. I don't really want to rush into that one. We've got our little Burgundian rebels that have popped in there. Hello, guys. The Visigoths have fled into the wastelands. That's a little bit odd. Alright, not Burgundian, Alaman. Or, no, I can't remember who was there that I wiped out. Uberzus is the city. What the hell were the people who were out there? I was just referred to it as Uberzus, I guess. Alright, so those guys are just having fun, playing around in the water. Swimming about like seals, but not really doing anything. Huns must be burning down something again. I don't really want to reclaim the world if it's turned to ash too much, but you can actually start just taking cities that have been burned down by the Huns eventually. It takes way too much time, though. Hi, Huns. Not really super thrilled about them being in my territory like that, but I'm willing to play that game with them there for now. Wonder if people ever got confused with like a Roman army for an East Roman army, like a West Roman army and an East Roman army, and just like attacked it. It's just like... Alright, so the Azages might run away from me.
At the end of the warrior's throat stands your funeral pyre.
Alright.
I will bring the torch.
Where the hell are they? Looks like they weren't actually in my borders or anything like that. Alright. Ryothingians have been crushed. The Orions have been crushed. They were sort of a new faction out of nowhere anyway, so... Alright, looks like the Vandals' agent have shown up here and are doing their thing. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, why don't we go ahead and see
At your command.
if I can't, Okay, well I can't move these guys quite where I want them to. I'd like them to be at Domavia. But Domavia should actually be able to hold out okay against this small army. They've only got, yeah, they've got 6 battered units, including a pike one. Not the best for offense, so we can move these guys over to here, and then we can start recruiting other units here.
Ready for orders.
We could get an Alani Horseman, which is, again, great. Love getting those. Alright, we could even look for some mercs here. None that I really want to take, though. So let's leave that behind. Alright, hell's going on with my performance here? Let's see if there's anything... Actually, this army has got really great auxiliaries. Levy local troops. It's such a strong ability sometimes. No, yeah, nothing but those Hun units that are kind of a strong spear unit, but nothing really amazing for me. But let's go ahead and attack the Macedonians here. How big a fleet is that? Is that an actual navy? Completely frozen up here. There's a lot more going on the map right now, I suppose, so there's probably some sort of problem as far as that goes. Yeah, they've got 4 ships, so I should be able to take them out without too much issue. Let's get you guys over here.
None will escape.
Okay, so I don't necessarily want to auto-resolve this one, because we've got some important units that I don't want to get destroyed. Shock cavalry being one of the more important ones, so let's go ahead and just hit and circle here. Eventually we'll have things like Cataphractarii, but, you know, I don't want to really have to build them. I'm lazy. Alright, so we've got our own navy here. We might as well... Yeah, we can't move to blockade, unfortunately, but we'll bring it up here.
For honor and glory.
Is there any interesting or useful mercenaries here? Not really.
Ready for battle.
Pretty happy, actually, with the composition that we got here. Now, normally I would start getting these Protectores Domestici because, like, we've got a mission, essentially, to start getting them. The reason that I'm not going to right now is because this army here is going to probably be on the move to take out the Easages next turn, so don't really have that on the table necessarily. Do I want to move to Savaria? Not really. Do I want to move to Sapianier? Not really. Okay. Langobards have traveled down to here. That's not good. But it is what they have done. Alright, let's hit auto-resolve here and see what happens. I can always, if I absolutely have to, I can roll it back if it's being completely awful to me. Let's go ahead and also start researching that while we're at it.
For death and honor.
Alright, so we'll choose protective stance just so that we're not losing a lot of dudes for no good reason. I don't think they've got much of a garrison anyway. Alright, so... Yep, okay, we didn't lose any units anyway, so that's fine. We want to occupy here. We're starting to make our... Well, we could subjugate. We had to get a couple of those. In this place, we're not going to control the whole province, realistically. So let's go ahead and subjugate them.
Ready for battle.
See if that does us any good.
At your command.
We can always take them over later, is my thinking. Alright, so how are you guys actually doing here? Like, the reason is I can't take over, like, Corinthus or Thessalonica anyway, so I might as well leave this in the hands of another minor faction, so... Alright, we could get Comitatensis from these guys at, I think, like, a higher price than I pay for Comitatensis back home. Fantastic, you guys are brilliant.
On the move.
Alright, I'm wondering if I can rush these guys over from here to Domavia. I can. Okay, so I need to get them there just because if Sirmium gets attacked by those guys, nothing is going to happen. If these guys get attacked by the... if Domavia gets attacked there, it could actually go a little bit poorly. I think we're okay right now. We need to start beefing up these armies around here because we've got so many invaders that are sort of starting to stream towards us. Yeah, we'll wait until we get an option that can replace this Mercenary Germanic Pike, or we might even just replace it with another Comitatensis because we actually need anti-cavalry around here. And these pikes, I love them, but they're too flimsy at this point in the game for me to really rely on them. Well, either way, Africa down here, they're slowly going to get this public order in order. They still have this consumption. It's going to be a while before we can get rid of it. But we can go ahead and upgrade the Latin Church here. This is going to cost us money per turn, quite a bit in fact, but I think it's worth it. Over here, they're actually really happy now. Wonder what happened. Belgica, Baetica rather, they're quite happy. We could just upgrade this for the money. That would be okay, but for now, let's not worry about that. They're happy here, and the happiness is going up. I think it's because they've got that army stationed there helping them out. We've also got the ability to now get another farm there. We're not going to get that just yet, though. Alright, Britannia is going to be looking okay next turn. They should be reversing into positive happiness next turn. We probably want to upgrade this to a Latin shrine too, just to keep increasing that religious pressure. Down here, things are going to also swap around to positives, I think. Caledonia and Hibernia are happy because we've got this governor's house already, and we've also got a lot of military presence, keeping things chugging along, so they're okay here. We could probably get away with destroying a farmstead and replacing it with a farm just about now, because we're going to have to do that eventually. We'll just do it with one at a time, though. Alright, Carthaginensis. Down here, things are looking pretty good. Getting a lot of cash from this region. Dalmatia. Yeah, happiness here, now that we've got less raiders here, is looking pretty nice. We could always get this upgraded too for increased Latin influence, but it looks like we've got enough for now. Okay, we want to save up still for that, so we're going to continue saving up for that. I can't forget that that's what we were doing. Oh, we finally reversed our unhappiness situation in Insulae Occidentalis. We'll probably want to get a farm there pretty soon. Italy, still at cap happiness, getting +6 a turn now. Okay, Liguria here, getting positive happiness now as well. Okay, let's go ahead and check what we can get from undeveloped land here. I think that we want to look for marble. Okay, we could get, yeah, construction costs reduced, or we could get the small marble quarry and just get money. Do we have a lot of cultural buildings in Liguria? We have got a decent amount, but not a ton or anything. So the column carver might be a okay buy, but it won't be like a brilliant one, but neither would the small or large marble quarry. Yeah, the amounts of money from industry for these is quite impressive, but and you get a lot more marble by going for the marble quarry complex. Okay. I was going to get one here eventually. We might as well pick that up now, so let's go get a marble stone cutter here. It won't affect our happiness yet because we're only getting the first tier of it. Lugdunensis. This place needed help. It needs it bad enough that I'm going to go ahead and get this governor's estate or whatever. Alright, and that's pretty much all our cash. We can't really buy anything right now, so I could buy a church here next turn. I might have to. Alright, and we needed a fountain here, but I can afford that still. It's nice that this is a camel farm here that we can't otherwise build. Look at how much food and wealth that is. It's 100 and 500. It's actually kind of obscene. And it's only +3 squalor and +3 public order, and it has nothing to do with the local climate conditions. Like, doesn't care about them at all. That's actually pretty decent. We might keep it, even though we can't upgrade it or anything. Like, we don't really need to upgrade to tier 4 anyway.
Ready for battle.
Alright. What other armies did we have? Because I kind of want to make sure all my armies are as big as they can get, sort of.
Ready for orders.
Alright. Probably, that's probably everything we can really do there. Let's go ahead and check our internal family politics here. Flavius Stilicho is going to have some trouble, I think, at this point getting his... Actually, did we destroy... We haven't destroyed this yet. Let's go ahead and kill these guys. Okay, I think I can just attack this way and then pursue. Pretty sure. Yep, okay, and this will earn him just a little bit of political capital.
Make haste, men.
Let's go ahead and upgrade these guys to Matiari. Might as well here. These guys are really strong. I actually quite like this unit. But you can see that their upkeep goes way up, so I'm not going to upgrade very many of my levies armaturia to Mediarii. It's just that on this front I think they're going to be a little bit more useful since they're not going to get immediately run down by friggin' cavalry. How are you guys not getting destroyed by the Franks? Alright, well, whatever. And we'll upgrade these cohorts as well, I guess. Might as well, with the money that we've got, splurge a little bit on increasing my army. I don't know why they chose that route. That was kind of inane. But let's just go ahead and hit auto-resolve here. I don't think there's anything really that they can do, and I've got a ranged advantage, so I can also hit protective stance. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright. So, we can get 120 bucks, we might as well.
Commander.
Given our per turn income, it might not look like a lot, but I mean, every time you get money in this game is helpful. Alright, so public order local province is useful for this force, because there's so much problems with the public order in this region that that's actually something worth taking twice, potentially, but also ammunition and replenishment is always really, really strong, so let's get another point of ammunition and replenishment on this legion. Then we'll run you guys into Uberzus here. Because we don't want to deal with constant rebellions there. Alright, can anyone do anything for us? The Langobards. What are the Roxolanians actually up to? I wonder where they've got another army. They are at war with a lot of things, although looks like it's mostly just me and the Eastern Romans for the most part. It's kind of strange that they declared war. Oh, maybe they're declaring war at me because we're now the owner of the Macedonians there. Let's go talk to the Macedonians, actually. Who are now my client state here.
On behalf of our
I wish I could force these guys to have a trade agreement with me.
Friend, and honor us all.
Like, that's the reason I went to war with them, is because they don't have a trade agreement with me, but they're at least paying me a little bit. The tribute we receive per turn is 21? What the crap is that? God damn it. Alright, well, we'll get a trade agreement out of them eventually. Might have to wring it out of their scrawny little necks, but, you know. Okay, did we have anything else that we could do right now? I probably should have resolved that through the diplomacy screen instead of actually attacking their city. I bet we could have extorted some money out of them. Made them my client state that way. Okay, so maybe we should up this navy just a little bit more. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll start working on a couple of ships there. I was also upgrading my other fleet up by Britannia as well to get actual sort of troop transports, as well as, yeah, just troop transports. And it takes a couple turns for that to kick in, but once it does, that's okay. Alright, actually, did we have anything down all the way here? Yeah, you're still at 31. Our little admiral. Oh yeah, we needed a new master of soldiers. Alright, Flavius Stilicho, looks like he can do it. So I might as well. Actually, you know what? We're not going to, because we want him to eventually have family political actions. Can you do it? Yeah, I'll promote you to do it. And then we'll need a new whatever. This whole sort of farcical pyramid scheme that we got going on here. Alright. How's our Imperium doing? Is it going up very fast? I wish there was a way to figure out how much our Imperium changes per turn. But yeah, things are looking pretty okay. Alright, I'm going to do, again, a quick sweep through all of our stuff. In particular, looking for rebels, because I don't remember if I actually tried to deal with that at all. But once I've looked for rebels, I will be... Alright, we're back. I couldn't think of anything in particular that I could really do here. One of the things that I really have to figure out is, like, what are those Jutes doing up there? Is there anything I can do about them? But, yeah, I'm not 100% sure why they're not fighting the Franks here. They might be migrating to try and go get towards them, but, I don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead. Like, these guys are so close to being culturally tolerant to me that it's kind of a shame that I want to kill them now. But whatever. Let's go ahead and hit end turn. Turns are just zipping by because we're not really fighting anything. Alright, Vandals are still chugging their way through my territory, probably still being chased by Langobards. With the Roxelanian threat, I definitely don't want to have to worry about getting rid of the Vandal hordes. I wonder if I could catch the Dread Berserkers. No, because they've got a river to their back. They'd be able to escape. Alright, I wonder where the Easages are going to go. I don't know what that Langobard army is actually doing down here, because if they actually caught up to the Vandals, they would get wrecked. It's like a half stack of Langobards up against the entire Vandal army. Alright, so I just have to see where those Easages are coming up. I'm hoping they attack the city. Like, they're not that stupid, I don't think, but I hope that they... Oh yeah, no, they're just camping up there. Okay, so my force from Damavia might be able to push them south, and then I could kill them with my other army. The legitimate birth of Pacuvius Sinobuco. From, oh, the Emperor. That is awkward. Alright, get in that goddamn job. Alright, so it's winter, and winters are pretty bad now. Not exactly happy with the way that this is looking here. Trait gained loyalty for various Nicomas Flavius. Okay, good.
At your command.
What can we levy here? Just horse archers, basically. Alright, Easages here.
We hunger for battle.
Sort of stationed exactly in a spot where they don't seem to be taking any attrition. Alright, well, I could try pushing these guys down into the territory of the Western Roman Separatists. Let's see if the Western Roman Separatists are at war with those guys. Are they at war with the Easages? Yes, they are. So, if I push these guys south, they should finish them off for me. So let's go ahead and try that. Taking some winter attrition.
Advance.
Okay, I kind of pushed them in a direction I didn't necessarily want to, but whatever.
Commander.
Alright, let's start moving back over towards some form of civilization. Do we want to go to Sirmium or to Damavia? Damavia's probably fine.
Set up the watch.
I've got a lot more people sort of raiding around here anyway, so... alright. Easages are now pushed into that territory over there, which is not brilliant, but... it's what's happened, so... Winter extending this far down south, it's going to be a little bit tricky for me to maneuver around a bit, but looks like we're still okay here. I don't think we had any impending rebellions, so things should be fine here.
Ready for orders.
What are we looking at for mercenaries available? I kind of wish I had a siege engine here. That would be kind of nice, because I do plan on attacking Aregalia eventually, but I don't think I've got any means to get what I need to do that. Yeah, I really wonder where the Jutes are actually headed. I kind of have to talk to them to figure out what they're up to. I think they're running away from the Franks. Now the thing is, I could actually go and attack this army, and we could probably crush them as a faction, but they'd still have that little annoying pip out at sea. Would I take a diplomatic penalty for fighting them right now, though? Because when did I negotiate that peace with them?
Welcome. Speak. Come on. Do not waste time, better spend it hunting.
Okay, well, we could probably actually get away with it. It doesn't look like there's any diplomatic penalty. Oh, nope. Turns remaining is 3, okay.
In our good name, be welcome and speak.
God damn it. I wish moderate meant actually a moderate chance as opposed to just... no, they never will. Alright, anyway, let's see. Although I guess it does tell you sort of like how much more you've got to grease the wheel before it sort of switches over, but I'd like it if they actually said like moderate and then went over to something else that and told you that yes, this is where they're actually going to be giving you something good, and then the next level would be where they're starting to do something else, you know. And then high is where you're overpaying, I guess. That's all I really want out of this. Anyway, Africa, you're still sick. Ooh, and their public order actually has dropped again even more. I would really love it if we could reverse that trend, but the only building that I can really think of that really fixes this is, in fact, something like the Capitol building being upgraded. I don't really actually want to do a Municipium here, especially not yet. Okay, we'll wait. We'll wait. We'll upgrade both of these things to colonias from Vicus over in Africa. Britannia Superior is now at neutrality, and we're getting this Latin shrine built, so why is this not... what? Oh, does that take 3 turns to build normally? I just can't see the little grayed out area that says it's been built with progress. They're having a bad winter here, it looks like, so I'm not going to worry too much about that fact that they're like that here. Alright, so let's go ahead, hurry up and build a farm here. How much is mine going to produce by contrast to theirs? Ours is going to produce 26, theirs produces 26, so... oh, yeah, 26 both. So... I mean, we don't want to have like a huge amount of public disorder in any given one turn, so we can go ahead and demolish this as well, and then we can replace it with a farm, and then we can start working on like cattle herds. Must be a bad winter in Carthago Nova. We won't worry about that. Sicily over here, they're having all this raiding here that's cutting into their amount of food, so we're not going to worry about them right now. Galatia over here. I might want to upgrade my gold mine now. I can probably get away with it. Public order -5 from one building. What the hell is it at right now? It's -2, so that would only be -3. 1,200 for commerce. Do I want this to be a commerce province, though? I thought this was one of those ones that you wanted to be a lot of industry. But this one ultimately is better all around, it looks like. So why not get that? Alright, we'll look around instead, see what else we can do. Galatia is doing pretty good. I'm pretty happy with these guys. Italy over here, looks okay. Liguria over here. Public order is now flatlining, which is great. You want it to be sort of flat there. Litanensis, yeah, they're still having a lot of problems. I could go ahead and increase this one to a Latin church here. We can start getting Latin churches in places where I feel like we need it. Over here, we're actually going to get the governor's estate and a Latin church. We really want to lock down Spain and stop it from getting into any sort of revolts at all. Syracuse having a bad winter, but this should fix a little bit of that public order issue there. And we're out of money anyway, so I'm pretty okay with this. We'll upgrade a whole bunch of farms next turn, if we can afford to. Might have reasons not to.
Ready for orders.
Oh dear, okay.
Ready for orders.
Yeah, I really don't know what's going on around here. Like, there's so many people in so many weird places that is kind of appalling. Alright, did the Yazages end up at war with the Eastern Romans? No, they did not. Let's go ahead and ask the Eastern Romans if they'd be willing to join our
I give
war
you
there.
welcome. Let the Lord God smile upon our meeting, so that all may profit. Your wisdom is
Hell no.
renowned, and surely God himself would see that an attack on these people is necessary.
Let's offer these guys a little bit of cash this time. Okay, so we'll offer 300 bucks if they join our war with the Yazages, and they should be able to actually wipe them out, because I think they ended up around here. So if they can't, then the Roman separatists can. Alright, let's get into faction politics. Who can I upgrade to the military count position? You guys all have positions. Flavius Eutychtanus, you don't have enough left there. Hilarious could be promoted to it. What a joke. Anyway, this is nice because it keeps their political capital low, so I'm liking the fact that we are slowly, gradually grinding that away out of them. Did I make you a military count? Shit. Okay, well, whatever. I made you a master of soldiers. Well, it'll kind of work out okay because he gets an extra political personal influence per turn when he's doing that, so it'll eventually sort of pay off a little bit, not really, but, you know. Alright, I could try and adopt someone with various Nicomius Flavianus, and I don't think that'll affect this guy's loyalty too much, and if it does, we could always secure loyalty again, so why don't we go ahead and adopt someone here. Man, we've got not a whole lot of people who have, I'm gonna have difficulty keeping people in office, I think, because we're running out of political influence. Sort of across the board here. Let's adopt Sextus Perennis. Might as well. Okay.
Ready for battle.
Hopefully we can keep our warmongers in fights, so... Okay. I don't know, let's just go ahead and hit end turn. Oh, we've got another spy ability here. This guy already had the ability to assassinate. We're going to upgrade that ability, I think. Then we could go ahead and learn how to extort foreign agents, maybe? I think so, that sounds like a good idea. Alright. Let's see what happens here. Still haven't met the Allans. They must be fighting off somewhere in the northeast. There must be a really big enemy that they have to deal with. Where the hell are the Franks going? Alright, Langobards have set up fortifications in the middle of my territory. That's fine. Jutes are now raiding in my territory. I should have killed them. Alright, we're going to send our army from Colonia Agrippina down to start masking them. We'll kill them if we get an opportunity. Huns are there. They're not in raiding stance right now, but that doesn't really matter. They're still dicks. Yep, they've taken out the Iazages down there. They should be gone as a faction now.
A man's calling is war, not
really?
weaklings gossip. Give me the clash of swords, not whacking tongues.
But they don't even dislike me that much. Alright, well, whatever the crap. Maybe they wanted to declare war on me so they could get at the Langobards better. Well, that screws over my plan of sending the guys from Colonia Agrippina. Maybe I'll send my forces from Eburzus with Flavius Stilicho instead. But we're getting ourselves into a couple of wars that I don't want to be in right now. Although they're not terrible ones. Like, I can afford to be in them. I guess this shakes things up, makes things a little bit more exciting, because I was able to be pretty passive for the past long while. Alright, the Tnukids and a bunch of people have all died. I don't want to well, you know, actually I do want to personally decree it, because, like, I've got tons and tons of influence on Flavius Honorius Augustus. Managed to adopt someone, perfect. Good, good. Didn't see... Yeah, we don't have any sort of, groups saying that we've got, rebellions coming in, so that's fantastic. Alright, so we could get Flavius Stilicho to start covering these Jutes so that I could potentially go and kill them. I need to figure out where the hell the Angles are actually shacked up. I think actually, aren't they? Yeah, they're actually in the Jute territory now of the Labu. So we could actually go and deal a pretty good blow to them probably with our fleets. Let's go ahead and get a couple of these sort of ships here. You know, I can get rid of these mercenary ships now. I'm paying a little bit more for them for no particularly good reason, so let's go ahead and get another one of those, whatever those are, and that should be good for now. We'll continue working our way through that. Eldon, I can't actually, like, move these guys out of Eldon yet, but, yeah, we've got a little tiny bit, that's fine. Indifferent populace, that's fine. Go ahead and get a cattle herd here, I think. Just because we're getting farms, you know. Let's go ahead and upgrade that as well. So, yeah, now the thing that's nice is we can start upgrading these agricultural buildings so we can get past the cap that we had before because we weren't bothering with upgrades there. We could also destroy these artisans so I could build a church. That would start slowly converting them, well, more rapidly converting them to Latin Christianity. These guys are actually up on Latin paganism. That's kind of weird. But look, yeah, Latin Christianity is spreading really, really slowly here, so I probably do want to do that. It'll be a long time before we can build a new slot, I think. Well, no, not terrible. Be quite a while here, but we'll see how much there is for me to spend on stuff. Africa, why are you such an awful place right now? Like, what happened to you guys? Alright, we'll leave that be. Aquitania. They're doing okay. I think I would like to get their happiness up a bit higher just so I could start thinking about upgrading this gold mine here too. gold veins. Plus 10 from commercial. It's weird that you can't maintain that bonus here. Like, you could just keep this as it is, the base gold veins, and have lots of commerce in the region, and that probably might make sense. Let's check what the, yeah, we don't have a ton of income from trade agreements, though, do we? What would plus 15% to that be? That would actually be a decent amount. Another almost 1,500, basically. Not quite, though. That's not a ton, but that's a good amount. Alright, Baetica, you guys were okay, I think. Yeah, you guys are still happy. Everything's fine there. Belgica. We had a food shortage here, but that's only because we've got raiders now. Britannia inferior here. They're at -1 all of a sudden for some reason. I don't really know why. We're going to go ahead and upgrade that, just that... Oh no, I can't. They've got barely any food surplus. Shit. What does this mean? Province to each region. I think it means like all of this, but usually it doesn't that, I thought that had a different statement. No, it is province to each region that they use. Okay, it's such an awkward phrasing for that. Alright, look okay there. Caledonia, Hibernia, we've got, we know what's going on there. Carthage finally looks like they've shaken their diseases here. Really happy. So we could definitely go ahead and increase the squalor and unhappiness and so on and so forth here. Upgrade cattle herds and stuff like that. Dalmatia, plus 11 happiness a turn. That's pretty good. Galatia. We could actually go ahead and get a capital here now, even though like we don't super need it. It'll increase the money that this region is getting, and that's always a good thing. Insulate Occidentalis, plus 1 a turn. Scraping by there, guys. Not bad. Okay, Italy's fine. Liguria will be okay next turn. I don't know if this is... Yeah, that does reduce public order. So does this, I believe. Yeah, public order -1 for column carvers. It's less of a public order penalty, but it's still a public order penalty. Over here, we're getting a ton of happiness buildings built. It's the best we can really do. Over here, we've also got a bunch of happiness buildings being built there. Magna Graecia. We probably want to do something similar over here, but we'll look at farms first. I probably should have been doing that anyway. Right. I might want to build a church here. How are we doing over in this region? Yeah, we've got a couple places that definitely need improvements on happiness, it looks like. Narbo now has got their Latin baptistry, and that seems to be helping a decent chunk. This place is the problem is raiders rather than anything else, so we could go ahead and upgrade this to a sheep flock, though. That would be okay. I think that is perfectly reasonable there. We've only got average fertility here now, so we're going to want probably double cattle herds. Could I afford that in terms of happiness? No, I can't, because we've got ridiculously poor happiness rate at Norcom right now, but you know what? That's fine. We'll just get one of these for now. We'll get it here, and then we can upgrade our fountain. Is that going to upgrade at the same time? Yes, it will. Okay. Yeah, I guess we're not really going to be able to do a whole lot in terms of getting our food production buildings up, because there's not a whole lot of incentive to do that right now. Venetia, they've still got good fertility over here. I mean, we could definitely advance that a little bit, or I could just get the olive orchards upgraded. Germania, still have to keep that as is. Sahara down here. Camel farms are actually already really good, so we have to upgrade this before these guys get too sick. Yeah, that should fix that completely. Alright, still got 5,000 left. Could go to a province like Liguria and just upgrade these to level 3, and then upgrade the governor's house next turn or something. And actually also upgrade the bathhouse next turn as well. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Or what's the increase here? Because it's a good it would increase from 450 base to 780, which is a big increase, and it would increase from 240 to 420, so that would double that as well. Food increase would be by 10. That's not a huge amount, but the amount of money that we'd be getting out of that is actually pretty enticing. Cattle pens, we'd go from 200 to 300 and 400 wealth, so that's actually a pretty big step up in wealth as well. Let's go ahead and just get it. I think we can tank the unhappiness for a little bit there. Okay, and we'll spend the rest of our money on upgrading this army from Domavia. Yeah, nothing good there. Let's go ahead and drop you guys off at Sirmian. That'll get us positive, it looks like. And I'm going to start actually getting the Protectores Domestici, because we need 10 units of it, and they're a pretty okay unit. I'm not too unhappy about having them. It's just that I don't like the fact that they take 2 turns to recruit. It makes it so that I'd much rather get the other units. And yeah, we were going to get you over to Augusta Trevorarum because the other army had to cover against the Angles.
Ready for battle. To your duties,
And we'll declare war on the Jutes if we get an opportunity to. Shouldn't have come raiding through my territory, jackass.
Your orders.
Okay, so we have to worry about the Angles coming at us from sea, I think. They've got another territory, though. That's not the only one that they've got. Yeah, their territory is just north of the Franks, so they're well liked by the Langobards and Thuringians, but the Franks actually don't care about them all that much, it looks like. Okay, so that should be fine. So what else have we got going on here? I'm wondering if I should try and get these Roman separatists on my side here more. Let's talk to them. They like me quite a bit. I'm wondering if it would be possible to make them into a client state. I probably need to pay them a ton of money. Well, whatever. Okay, so I think that we're going to call this an episode here. We've gotten not a whole lot interesting done because things have been going pretty peacefully and passively for me. So I don't need to get anything crazy done to continue advancing, which is great. I love that. So, probably going to call the episode here. I hope you found this episode enjoyable, and of course, as always, I hope to see you all next time.